Argentina's president-elect, Javier Milei, has not only made promises to fight corruption and crime in his country, but has also vowed to get the Falklands back. Threats of a new Falklands War shouldn't be ignored, but the UK is better prepared than ever, a former Royal Navy chief has said. Lord Admiral West believes there is no concern of an Argentine military invasion on the Falkland Islands, but warned stranger things have happened. Admiral West's comments came after Argentina's new president Javier Milei vowed to get the Falklands back. But the Falklands war hero is confident the UK is better prepared for an assault than they were more than 40 years ago. Speaking to The Sun, he said, "There's no prospect of a military attack on the Falkland Islands. We're much better prepared than we were in the past, and the Argentinian military are in a very bad state anyway. Although you've always got to pay attention, keep your intelligence services going and keep your guard up because stranger things have happened." Admiral West then slammed Milei as silly for even thinking he'd have a chance at claiming the Falklands. "The UK has made it very clear that the issue of sovereignty is not up for discussion at all," he added. "So to raise it again is quite silly, to be honest, but he's playing to his own audience. If the population of the Falklands want to belong to Argentina, then it might be different, but I can't see that ever happening." The 10-week undeclared war between Argentina and the UK in April 1982 tragically cost the lives of over 900 military personnel and 3 civilians. British administration was eventually restored after 74 days when Argentine military forces, who had invaded the islands, were forced to surrender. Milei will enter Argentina's presidential hot seat on December 10th after storming to success in the recent election. The 53-year-old reportedly takes advice from his dead dog, used to teach tantric sex, once dressed up as a masked superhero and wielded a chainsaw during his political rallies. Milei advocates selling body organs, scrapping most government departments, selling off the impoverished country's rivers and seas, and making the US dollar its official currency. And the potty-mouthed anarcho-capitalist politician, known as the Madman, has already promised the South American nation that they will soon rule Islas Malvinas. An American warship and multiple commercial ships came under attack Sunday in the Red Sea, the Pentagon said. Yemen's Houthi rebels later claimed attacks on 2 ships they described as being linked to Israel, but did not acknowledge targeting a U.S. Navy vessel. The attack potentially marked a major escalation in a series of maritime attacks in the Mideast linked to the Israel-Hamas war. "We're aware of reports regarding attacks on the USS Carney and commercial vessels in the Red Sea and will provide information as it becomes available," the Pentagon said. The Carney is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. It remained unclear what damage, if any, the vessel sustained in the attacks. The British military earlier said there had been a suspected drone attack and explosions in the Red Sea without elaborating. The Pentagon did not identify where it believed the fire came from. However, Houthi military spokesman Brigadier General Yahya Saree claimed the attacks, saying the first vessel was hit by a missile and the second by a drone while in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait that links the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden. He described the ships as allegedly ignoring warnings from Houthi officials prior to the attack. Saree did not mention any U.S. warship being involved in the attack. The Yemeni armed forces continue to prevent Israeli ships from navigating the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden until the Israeli aggression against our steadfast brothers in the Gaza Strip stops, Saree said. The Yemeni armed forces renew their warning to all Israeli ships or those associated with Israelis that they will become a legitimate target if they violate what is stated in this statement. Saree identified the first vessel attacked as the Bahamas-flagged bulk carrier Unity Explorer, which is owned by a British firm that includes Dan David Ungar, who lives in Israel as one of its officers. The second was a Panamanian-flagged container ship called Number 9, which is linked to Bernhard Schulte Ship Management. Israeli media identified Ungar as being the son of Israeli shipping billionaire Abraham Rami Ungar. The Houthis have been launching a series of attacks on vessels in the Red Sea, as well as launching drones and missiles targeting Israel amid the war. U.S. military plane turns on a dime at crazy speeds over residential neighborhood. and back to Ukraine, ground too frozen to dig in. Mercenary from Nepal in the Russian army surrendered into Ukrainian captivity.
Откуда ты?
Краснодарский край, город Армавир.
Ты?
Республика Мариэл.
Ты давай, откуда?
Дагестан.
Дагестана, Дагестана, город Махачкала. Ну то с тобой понятно, откуда они там? Непал, а ты дед? Пенза? Все.
A demonstration in support of Russia and Novorossiya was held in the center of Paris on Saturday, December 2nd. The protesters called to stop supplying military aid to Ukraine. As far as I know, there have been almost no such demonstrations recently. Now Russia, feeling that Ukraine is being mentioned less and less, is starting to organize such demonstrations again. That is why it is very important to talk about the war that goes on, to use all possible platforms. Despite the fatigue, this is a marathon. This is another hard stage of this war. Thank you to everyone who continues to stand with us and support Ukraine. Russian borders end nowhere, says a banner hung at the Russia-Estonia border at Ivangorod-Narva border control point. Putin's regime provokes European countries and wants the borders to be closed. This will allow the regime to blame the West for setting up the Iron Curtain. Russia is gradually being transformed into North Korea.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.